Okay, so this is going to be an instructional video of the Mizar Garage Living 2009 plate. First of all, I'm going to take you around the outside of the vehicle, some of the lockers, and then we'll go into the habitation area. This is just to highlight mainly where the main components are, i.e. like stop taps and stuff like that. So as you can see, this vehicle does come with an awning. I will send a separate link how to set up and use an awning. And now we are going to carry on around on the passenger side. I'll show you how to open the bonnet. So if you come to the passenger door, open the door, and then you will see your bonnet release catch just here. Pull that down once and that will release. So now that I've got the bonnet open, I'm just going to show you really the points if you need to jump start your vehicle. So your negative terminal point is just this nipple here, and then your positive is just under this black cap here. So now we are going to carry on around the passenger side. Here we have got your diesel fill. And then the first compartment we'll come to is going to be your fresh water fill. All you need to do is take this cap off, put your hose pipe in, and then when the water starts to come back out, that means your fresh water tank is full. Next, we've got some ventilation here for your fridge and freezer. Here we have got your 240 volts mains hookup. Just below that we have got your truma vent. If you're going to use your boiler for the hot water side, you just need to make sure you take this cover off. Put this cover back on when you're not using it, or if you're about to set off on the road, just to cover it up, save any water getting in there. One great thing about this vehicle, it does have a great garage space. As you can see here, we have got a shower point. We have got fixing rails below. Just twist these and then they will slide along and lock back into place. Also, this vehicle does come with a ramp if you want to put a bike in the garage. They just hook on to the end of the garage lip here, and then you can wheel bike or anything else you may have. As you can see, there's a ladder in the garage. This sits in this rail. You'll get access to this in the habitation to get on the rear bed area. Now we are on the driver's side of the habitation. Obviously you've got some lights in the garage space. Here this drawer pulls out to be a pantry. You can get access to this under the bed in the habitation area. Next compartment is going to be your toilet cassette. As you can see, your toilet cassette is securely into place. If you want to release it, this yellow this yellow lever tab here, you need to lift this up and then pull the cassette towards you. Once you've got your toilet cassette out, you just need to twist this nozzle out here, take the cap off, and then tip up your cassette and the yellow button at the rear. If you put your thumb on that button there when you are tipping, it just lets air into the top of the cassette, so the fluids flow out evenly and helps you empty the cassette. Once finished, put your cap back on, twist the nozzle back in, and then slide the cassette back into place. You heard it click then. You just need to make sure that this yellow tab is securely down, and then your toilet cassette is not going to go anywhere. Just below your toilet cassette we have got your grey waste. This is just on a lever just above it. It's just a quarter turn. At the minute this is in the open position. To close it, just quarter turn it to the left and that will close your grey waste tank. Here we have got your gas locker. To get into all of these lockers you need a key. As you can see, we can fit two tanks in here, and then you've got your regulator up there, which is a 1/2 inch thread. So that is the externals done. There's not much to it really. It's just mainly highlighting, like I said, the drain valves, some of the main components. So now we're going to go into the habitation and go over the control panel and the heating. So first of all, as you can see, I've got the cushions up. The reason for this is because your freshwater tank is just underneath this bench seat here. So that red cap there, you can take the red cap off if you want to. One, you can actually fill it up from there if you want to, instead of outside. Or two, if you want to clean internally into the tank, you've got access there. That's the only really main reason you would need to get access under here. To drain your freshwater tank, it is hard to show here, but there's a metal bar there with a blue tab on there. All you need to do is twist that around and then that will open the valve and then drain your freshwater tank if you are wanting to drain and put your your motorhome into storage. If you are going to use this a lot in winter, or if you're not going to use it, you just need to make sure you do drain your tanks, because one day we could get a cold spell and then you could potentially obviously have frozen tanks. Up here we've got the bed ladder for the front. This just hooks up onto these clips here. As you can see, we have got lights dotted around with switches. These are switched on because I've turned the lights on the control panel. Got fly screens, got blackout blinds, and then above the habitation door is going to be your main control panel for the vehicle. It's not too complex, to be fair, it's quite straightforward. We've got your master power on for the control panel, what lights up. You can see here voltage of the habitation and vehicle battery. Here is going to give you your level, so S1 is going to give you a level of your fresh water. Obviously this is empty at the moment, so it's not going to show any level. And then this one here is going to be your grey waste. Obviously you've got time, temperature, internal, external. Here is going to be your water pump. You might be able to hear that. Only turn this on once your freshwater tank is full. The reason for that, you don't want to turn the motor on and keep it running without any fresh water there, because you could potentially burn out the motor and then you'd have to replace the motor. This one here is going to be external awning light, and then here, as you can see, the lights have gone off. This is your internal habitation lights. Obviously if I have switched these lights off here and then turn the lights off at the control panel, when I turn the lights back on at the control panel, these won't light up because I've switched them off at this switch here. To your right of the control panel, this is going to be your diesel heating. It's quite straightforward again. So you've got timer here, so you can select a timer for how long the heating can be on. And you got P is for presets. You've got 3 presets on this, so you can set different times. To turn the heating on, just press this red one here. You'll see a symbol on the digital dash there which is light up. You will notice when you do turn it on, the lights may flicker. The reason for that is just the initial startup of the diesel heater. And then here is just going to be your temperature gauge, this knob here, and then you'll hear the fans going away while the diesel heater kicks in. To turn this off, just press the red button and it will disappear. And what will happen, it will do an afterburn, so you might hear the diesel heater turn off and then it might ramp up just to burn off any fuel left in the pipe. Obviously you have got vents dotted around the vehicle which will blow and circulate the air and the heating. Next we're going to go over the kitchen area, mainly some safety features really. Here we have got a glass top on your 4-ring gas burner. The reason we highlight this is we don't want the glass to shatter. The reason it could shatter, once you've used this, let everything cool down for around 20 minutes. The reason for this is because the glass, because it'll be at a different temperature, and especially if you've got that back window open, if you put it down straight away, you could potentially shatter this glass because of the heat temperature difference. So leave the glass cover up for around 20 minutes just to let everything cool down. On your tap here, same with your shower tap and basin tap in the toilet. So basically, to prime your system, you need to fill up your freshwater tank. Once you have filled up your freshwater tank, you need to turn your control panel on up here, and then you need to turn your water pump on. Once you've turned your water pump on, all you need to do is open your tap on the cold side. It will start splattering. Once the water comes through with gradual flow, that means your freshwater, your cold water pipe work is primed. Once you've done that, twist the tap to the hot side, and then that would do the same. The hot side might take a minute or so to come through. The reason for this, it's going to fill your boiler first. Your boiler holds around 8 to 10 litres of water, so it will take a few minutes for the system to prime on the hot side. Once that's primed, you can shut your tap and your pipework is primed. You can leave your pump on the control panel because all the pressure is primed up. As soon as you open the tap, the pressure releases, the pump kicks in and supplies more water. Obviously, if you do hear the pump running more louder, that usually indicates your freshwater tank is empty. Also, you can check the gauge of the freshwater on your control panel. Next, we've got your fridge and freezer. This is quite self-explanatory again. So, top symbol here, you've got off. Next one, you've got gas. So if you've got gas connected, turn your gas tanks on, it will light up from the gas. This one here is mains hookup. So if you're at campsite at home plugged in, you put it on this when you're plugged in, and that will be running off mains. Next one here is going to be running off your vehicle battery. It doesn't actually run off your vehicle battery, it just picks up a live feed from when the engine is running. And then the last one is auto. Most people leave this on auto. The reason for this, so basically once this is on auto, it's going to select the best source it has available. So it automatically goes to gas, but if I plugged into mains now, it will automatically switch over. Or if I start the vehicle and drive off, it will automatically switch on to the battery symbol. So auto is a good feature, but like I said, you can manually select as well. Here is just going to be your temperature, and then this button is for your freezer. You have got locks on here, so the doors don't swing open. Shouldn't do that anyway, but at least it's just that extra security. In this cupboard here is going to be your boiler. for your hot water. You can see this tab here, this yellow tab at the minute. This is in the vertical position, so this valve is actually open, so all the water is drained out. To shut this, all you need to do is knock that tab down, and then your boiler will start to fill up. If you start using the hot side on the tap and this valve is open, the water will just disperse externally out of the vehicle. Here we have got your hot water. So this is run off gas. It's quite straightforward again. You got two settings. Up at the top is 50 degrees. Next one in the middle on the rocker switch is off. And then the one below that is 70 degrees. Obviously you need to turn your gas on. But yeah, 50 degrees is usually alright for day to day. Say if you are going to potentially go and have a shower in 20 minutes time, I'd probably flick it on to 70. It will just give you a bit of a longer shower. You've got to remember, the hot water isn't instant water, it's boiling in the boiler. And then your bed space here, great feature to be fair. Lift up this flap here, and then you have got your ladder, which you've seen in the garage. This just slides out and then gives you access so you can get onto the bed area. And then the last part is just in the bathroom area. So we have your toilet cassette here. Not toilet cassette, your toilet. Cassette's underneath it. This blue button here is going to be your fresh water flush. So this is going to use some fresh water from your tank to swill around the bowl. To the right, where you see this symbol here, there is a light indicator there. That usually lights up when your toilet cassette is nearly full. Just so you know. To use your toilet, obviously you've got your blade release here. You just need to move this across, and that will then open your blade to your toilet cassette when you are using. In here, your switch here for the lights in the shower room is just here. So that is the instructional video complete of the Mizar garage living. Like I said, this is just to highlight the main components of the vehicle, of where they are and how they work. If you have any more questions, drop us an email, or you can always give us a ring